There's Sutter.
Fireman's luncheon again.
Okay. So good evening, folks. It's September 23rd, and this is our Tuesday night Selectmen's meeting. May I have a motion on the minutes, the acceptance of the minutes?
Move to accept the minutes as printed.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Good, thank you for that. Department head meetings, we have Jim Donovan, the police chief,
Police chief.
the chief of police. And he's not here right now, so we'll skip by. There are no appointments tonight? No public hearing? Any new business?
None, Mr.
No,
Chairman.
sir.
Okay. Any completion of old business?
None.
None, sir.
Okay, so the town administrator's report, Randy?
The warrant for the fall town meeting will be ready for next Tuesday's board meeting. I will send out a draft before the weekend for you to review. In the meantime, I've distributed articles submitted by department heads, and the capital planning will be finalizing its recommendations. On the animal inspector temporary vacancy, Kevin Marrera, as assistant ACO, has submitted an email stating that he is interested in the approximate 6-month appointment as animal inspector, so I would so recommend.
My motion on that, I move to appoint Kevin temporarily as the animal inspector.
Second.
Yes, all in favor?
Aye.
So noted.
And the other thing we received this week, the Rainham Public Library submitted their annual financial report for anyone who's interested. Upcoming Veterans Memorial Committee on Thursday at 4 p.m., Sursage monthly meeting next Wednesday at 9 a.m., and SMHG Steering Committee meeting on Tuesday, October 7th.
Okay. Any questions?
No, sir.
I see we have the police chief with us, Jim Donovan. Chief?
Good evening.
Good evening.
This report is actually for 2 months. I missed August, as you recall. I think we had an accident at the time. So in the 2-month period, we've logged 2,257 incidents. We've charged 112 people with crimes. Both of the student officers are off to the academy. They'll be back in February. Unfortunately, they got split. One went to Reading and one went to New Braintree with the state police. The ATV issue seems to have abated and lessened. We coordinated with Conservation Commission and Highway to post those town properties as you requested. So that should be being done now. One thing, I misspoke at the last meeting. I don't know if I told the board, but CSX does not control the railbed. They've been transferred to the T. It doesn't change any of the legal issues. This T still doesn't allow people to use their property for those purposes. So it's almost irrelevant. But I'm happy to report no fatal overdoses during the summer, the 2-month period there. And sometimes we talk about the things that happen, but I think it was Sir Robert Peel said that the best indication of the police being effective is the absence of crime. Unfortunately, during the summer in southern New Hampshire, they experienced a rash, 50-some-odd very serious overdoses resulting from the synthetic marijuana, which we banned a year ago in this town. We didn't experience any. So that's a good thing. And I just wanted to point out that that's a success, I think, on our part. Also wanted to point out that Saturday, the 23rd, between 10 and 2, we'll be participating again in one of those national drug take-back days where anyone can come to the lobby with unused, unwanted, whether prescription or non-prescription medications. There is some limits, no sharp things, no biological materials, things like that. And along that same vein, we take in drugs all the time. If somebody comes to the lobby of the police station, they want to turn in drugs, they will call a police officer off the street, they'll secure that, and we will destroy it just the same way. This is just one of those promotional things that they do on a regular basis to try to get people to do that. Officer Barbour was struck on the motorcycle. I don't know if I talked about that with the board. He was out doing the traffic grant. The drives over, get pulled over right out in front of here. In the area, unfortunately, we had a fatal accident a couple of years ago. The motorcycle's fairly minor damage. The insurance company still hasn't adjusted it yet and taken a look at it, and he was minor damage, luckily. And she's been arrested. Along that vein, we've had some very serious motor vehicle crashes. I'm sure the board has seen that. There's been really no consistent theme. The one consistent thing, actually in the last 5 years, has been vehicles crossing the center line. When that happens, the crashes tend to be really bad. But these that we've had recently, a variety of reasons, intoxication, drugs, alcohol, just a host of different, distracted driving, those kinds of things. So there's been no consistent theme to it. And the other big item I wanted to point out to the board was August 8th, the governor changed the domestic violence law significantly. The legislature passed it and the governor signed it. And one component of that requires us to hold anyone arrested for domestic violence for at least 6 hours. They cannot be bailed. And that is just definitely going to be problematic for the limitations of our lockup facility. And I talked about that quite a bit with Capitol, and I'm sure you've seen that there. And along the vein of Capitol, those serious motor vehicle accidents really highlight that need that the police department has for efficient, quality vehicles that can travel in all weather. When we have that type of an incident, the obligations of the police department are they're extensive. We have to deal with the traffic. We have to secure the actual incident. We have to document and investigate the incident. We have to oftentimes secure a safe area for helicopters, or the other night, 2 helicopters to land. With that, the victims tend to go to different hospitals and different places, and this is where it really, we appreciate having those vehicles so we can deliver that service. So any help in that regard, we appreciate. Thank you. Thank you.
Let's see, let's deal with this. I have here a memorandum from the John Chavino, the Director of Planning and Development, and he is submitting a zoning bylaw amendment for the town warrant, and it's an amendment on the open space preservation. I'd like a motion to refer it back to the planning board for the public hearing.
So move.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Good, got that. Selectmen's report.
Selectmen's report. I want to send congratulations to the Pride Incorporated in Taunton. They had their 45th anniversary. Pride is a wonderful organization, and it is a benefit to not only Taunton, but as Joe can attest to too, the whole area. They do a marvelous, marvelous job. So congratulations to them, and keep up the good work. And also congratulations to Kevin for a great job on Pride Day, which was Sunday. And the rain held off pretty much all day, I think, when I was leaving, Mark, when it just started to sprinkle. So it held off all day, which was really good. He did a great job. So thank you, Kevin, and thank you to everybody who came. It was great.
Joe?
Mrs.
I do. I have one thing. Last week, I expressed my concerns about the current state of the recycling business at the dog track, and as well, residents, have commented on the increasing amount of material which is visible from the road, and no doubt some of this is seasonal. My own concerns were related more to our economic development plan and the revitalization of the 138 corridor. Today, I met with Chris Carney and am very pleased to report that our discussions were very productive. There'll be ongoing dialogue to relocate these materials on the existing property, and I have agreed to continue to work with Chris Carney to help gain mass DEP support for the changes that we envision. And I must say I'm very pleased that he is working so diligently with us to make these changes, which I know will benefit our economic development plan, which is in place. So thank you, Chris. And I also want to thank a person that we haven't mentioned in more than a few months. Ray Platt has volunteered to help me and to work this as far as our communication with the state. So thank you, Ray, for that too. That's fine with that. Correspondence. Let's see what we have here. Well, let me do this. I have a letter directed to me from the Rainham Public Library. Dear Selectman Shavo, on behalf of the trustees of the Rainham Public Library, please allow me to express our gratitude to the town selectmen for allocating $5,000 to the library from the gift to the town from the Walmart Foundation. The library has been a part of the fabric of Rainham for more than 125 years. It continues to offer residents opportunities for growth, development, and enjoyment, in large part because of the support and generosity from the town of Rainham. This important support helps us to build a collection and a program of service that reaches out to all who live in our community, building connections and enriching lives. Thank you for your continued support of library service. Sincerely, Eden Ferguson. And I also might mention that we did also get a very nice letter from Liz Morrow from the Rainham Council of Aging, thanking us for the gift that we provided her from Walmart. From the Bristol County Agricultural High School, they've noted that the Outstanding Legislator of the Year Award by Bristol County Agricultural High School is going to be presented to Congressman Kennedy. So, and this is going to take place on October 10th, the ceremony, beginning at 11:30. Please RSVP to my administrative assistant, and this is signed by Stephen Dempsey, Superintendent and Director. Rainham Board of Selectmen, this is from Brandon Ferris. He regrets to inform us that due to increased workload at my full-time position, I must resign effective immediately from my position as Assistant Animal Control Officer. Thank you for the opportunity to serve the people of Rainham, and we accept this with regrets.
Certainly do.
And we hope that his work will go well in his chosen profession. From the Merrill School, together with La Liberty and Rainham Middle School, cordially invite you to attend our annual Fireman's Luncheon to be held on Friday, October 10th at 11:30 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. at the Lily B. Merrill School cafeteria. Please RSVP to Mrs. Vesper, Merrill School Secretary, at 508-824-2490. I think that's about all I have. So, press time?
I don't think I have any questions this time. Thank you.
Okay. No emergency business, no citizen and community input. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Pay the bills. No business to be conducted.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good.